Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been quite a while. God, I wasn't able to record any video because of my kids, like the holiday and all that. So everybody's home, noisy, mommy this, mommy that, mommy I want this, mommy I want that. So I've been so busy and the house has just been like noisy and all that. So today I was able to get my husband to take them to the mall, at least take them somewhere so that I'll be able to they don't even know I'm recording this video. Like I just had to somehow let them go out so that I can have a quiet space to be able to record this video. So to my existing subscribers, oh god, I love you guys. Thank you for subscribing. To those that are new to the channel, maybe you're just seeing my page for the first time, please subscribe. This channel is going to tell you all about my relocation journey from Nigeria to Canada. Right now I'm in Alberta, Calgary. Yeah, so I moved in a month back with my husband and my 4 children. So I'm going to be documenting everything, my process on how we came in, how we're settling in, school and all that for the kids. So if you are a family looking to come into Calgary or maybe to Canada anytime soon, I believe that the information I'll be sharing is going to be helpful, and I want you to just subscribe. Stay tuned. If you have any questions at all, you can put them in the comment section or you can send me an email. My email is in the description box, so you can send me an email, you can ask for any inquiry, and if I don't have the answers to the questions, I can just point you in the direction on where you can get the answers. But meanwhile, thank you so much for subscribing. Like, the family is growing and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. If you have not subscribed, please, this is a play to you right now. Just click the subscribe button. Today I'm going to be dishing out all the information I have, like how we're settling in, we have gotten a school, we got a Catholic school, how we got into it and all that. I'm going to be gisting you back to back. Meanwhile, don't forget to subscribe. Okay guys, welcome back again. So the last time I talked about stuff that you could bring to Canada, like food items and all that I put in my numerous boxes, but this time around I'm going to be telling you certain other things that you need to bring in. Like, some people are of the opinion that you shouldn't bring certain things because it's not necessary and all that, but I mean, you can't just bring only food items. There are certain other things that you need to come along with, and I'm going to just be sharing them with you. That's based on my family, based on the fact that I'm coming with my kids and all that. What you should pack when you're coming to, when you're on the airline, as in getting prepared for the flight. It's a very long flight from Nigeria, or from Africa rather. So I'll be telling you what to bring, what else to bring. Then I'll be telling you medications you need to come with. Africa is very peculiar to certain diseases and all that, and stress. So certain things that will just help you settle in. Then I'll be just you about school. My children have gotten a school assigned to them. I'll be just you that, and I'll just you what else? Housing, how we got a car, and all that. All this information may not be in this video, but I'm going to try as much as possible to give you as much information in this video, pending when I release the next. But meanwhile, if you still have any comments or you have any concerns or anything you want clarity on, you can just drop in the comment section and I'll be sure to answer your questions. Okay, let's go into, first of all, what you should bring. Let me debunk some news to you, or some myths. Let me call them myths. Okay, so coming to Canada, a lot of people will be like, when you're coming, don't bring clothes. Just bring few clothes because you're going to buy clothes here. There's a lot of clothes. Hello, if you have your children's clothes that are still good, please bring them. Oh, the weather is not friendly because when you come here you might not wear those clothes that you have back in Nigeria and all that. My dear, bring your clothes. Reason I'm saying that is that by the time you come here, the first thing you want to buy will not be clothes. You'll be thinking of furnishings, you'll be thinking of so many other things, and then at the end of the day, when it's time to go out, you really don't have what to wear. You'll just be stuck on the same things over and over and over. If you have Ankara dresses, please bring them. If you have shift dresses, please bring them. You dress for the weather, yes. When the weather is cold, you wear leggings on top of under your Ankara and wear your jacket, and you are good to go. I'm serious. There are so many things in Nigeria that I left that I was like, I won't need them when I come here. I beg, I will buy clothes. My dear, I'm still converting card to naira to card. And naira to card is not smiling. By the time I look at one shirt and I want to buy this shirt and they're telling me 25 card, to the regular Canadian that is working here, it might just be okay. But my dear, I'm still spending POF, proof of fund. By the time I multiply it, 25 times 470 naira, and I'm looking at it, I have the same particular kind of shirt in Nigeria. What do I do? Do I now buy? Do I stop converting? I can't stop converting now because I still earn in naira, or rather I'm still spending naira. Maybe when I'm more comfortable. But I just want to encourage anybody coming, if you have the opportunity to cargo in certain things, cargo some of your clothes that you know can still fit into the weather. I mean, this shirt I brought it from Naija, and I'm wearing it here. You know, if you have your t-shirts, you have your, yes, I'm not saying you should bring all your church clothes, like all your flamboyant gowns and all that, yes, but regular clothes, like, you need them. Joggers, if you have joggers in Naija, bring. If you have your boots in Naija, please bring. Anything that you know that can fit into the weather, like you can always twerk it, like wear a jack or something, please bring. Your jewelries, bring your jewelries if you have them. Your wristwatches, your bangles, your accessories, bring them from Naija. That's one. Two, let's talk about the flights. So traveling down here from Naija, you know, when we got to Lagos and all that, you know, the flight is a very, very long flight. So we came with Egypt Air. So our trip was from Bonny Island to Lagos, from Lagos to Cairo, from Cairo to Toronto, from Toronto to Calgary. So you can see how long the trip is, as in the trip was rather. So what I did was, for every of my kids, I made sure that I packed like their lunch packs for them. What was in the lunch packs? I made sure that I had chicken, fried chicken. Like, I'm not bringing raw chicken, so at least no fear. So what I did, I grilled chicken, I grilled beef, I had bread, yeah, I had biscuits, I had just very tiny juice, just tiny juice. I think they are Chivita or so, or Hollandia or so, I don't know. I think I bought them. I bought a lot of them, yeah. So most of them are less than 100 mils. So you know the rule for the airline is whatever liquid you're carrying should not be more than 100 mils. So I made sure that it was within the 100 mils mark so that they could pass. And because they were kids, you know, they just allowed them, like, you don't know what to be served on the flight. And you know, Naija immigration people is to just talk with them and, you know, try and wet their palms the way you can. Okay, so I took juice, I took bread, I took chicken. Reason why I took chicken was that once the chicken is well grilled or well fried, you know, to stay a longer time before it goes bad. So I took chicken. I took what else did I take? I took biscuits. I took cereal for my toddler. I took hot water flasks. Not a very big flask, like just medium-sized hot water flasks. I took hot water flasks. I took what else? Medication. Oh my god, that's like very, very important. As a mom coming with kids or a dad coming with kids, the last thing you want to forget to carry in your carry-on luggage, not in your check-in bags, in your carry-on luggage, paracetamol, very important. Ibuprofen, very important. Flagyl, very important. What else did I take? I think those were any painkillers you have, or flagyl, or any menthol, or anything that you know that can just help to ease stress. Like, my toddler was so ill during the flight. The flight from Nigeria to Egypt was like the longest flight of my life. My baby was so ill. When we got to Egypt, he was so ill, he almost there convulsing. Thank God that I had ibuprofen in my bag, like baby ibuprofen and paracetamol. That's what we used to control the fever before I was able to bathe him and just to break the fever and all that. At that point was when he was bringing out his molar. I mean, this boy, during that flight, the flight was so long, like very restless flight for us because of my baby's illness, and I just thank God that what would I have done? Like, this baby was so fine when we left Nigeria. What would have happened? So just so that you don't fall into a situation like that, take paracetamol in your bag. I'm going to be showing you a bag of drugs and how I carried them. Like, you need to carry them. Okay, so that's, I've talked about what have I talked about? I've talked about food that you should carry for them, that they can eat. That's food they can snack on, because you never can tell what the airline is going to serve. You carry medication, that's like everyday medication, like paracetamol, over-the-counter drugs. I'm not talking of serious antibiotics. I'm talking about over-the-counter drugs. Then when you're coming, don't forget to carry anti-malaria. Carry anti-malaria. Yes, there's no malaria here, but by the time the stress hits you or the kids or anybody, just carry for everybody in the family. By the time the stress hits, it hits differently. Why? Because one, there is something called jet lag. Jet lag, that's like, you know, change is 7 hours away from Nigeria, so your body needs to readjust. Then the stress of the back-to-back journey, then the whole altitude, the flying, the everything just in fact comes down on your body. And as a child, it's even worse for them sometimes. The children that react badly. So at that time, malaria can become opportunistic, like it's an opportunity to show themselves. The immune system is down. So just take anti-malaria for everybody. If they need it, fine. It's better for you to bring it and they don't need it than for you to come here and they need it and you don't have it, because anti-malaria is not sold just like that in the shelves here or in the hospitals or in the pharmacies here just like that. So you need to bring it from Nigeria. Okay, so what else? The good part about our coming at this time of the year, I think it's the best time to come in June. Like, the weather was so welcoming. Really welcoming. Well, very welcoming. Everything was just okay. The weather was calm, or it's calm. It's still calm now. Like, I'm still waiting for the cold. I know it's going to be bad according to the way people are saying it. I should enjoy our time now. So we're enjoying it, but this is the best time to come. So next, I'm going to talk about schooling, what the kind of school my children have and the options that we're exposed to. So when it comes to school, okay, there are different kinds of school you have here. So my kids are in, I have a 10-year-old, I have an 8-year-old, I have a 6-year-old, and I have a 14-month-old. Yeah. Okay, so the school age here is from 6 years old. Like, okay, 5 years is kinder. You go to kindergarten, then from 6 years you go to elementary. That's the like year 1 or primary 1 as we refer to it in Nigeria, right? Okay, so now my daughter that was in year 5 in Nigeria, she finished year 5, like she was almost done with year 5 before we came in. Now she has been stepped back because 10 years old here are in year 5. So my son also is also repeating year 3, and my son that has done year 1, the 6-year-old, is also repeating year 1. So all my kids were moved backwards with 1 year. Yeah, so according to their school age, that was the placement. So here they have Catholic schools, they have government schools, and some other schools depending on which option you want. So my family chose the Catholic schools because well, you know that there are certain things that happen in Nigeria that you're able to contain that you can't really contain here. So we chose Catholic schools because we want a faith-based school, not necessarily because we are Catholics now, but we just believe that that's like the strongest faith-based institution that our children can go through, that they can learn, or rather maintain certain values or virtues that we want them to have. Yeah. So now on coming here, we went to St. John's Reception. So St. John's Reception is like the school board. Yeah. So when you arrive, you go to St. John's Reception. They will ask you certain questions like, are you a Catholic? Do you have your baptism card? Do you have your marriage certificate? Were you married in the Catholic Church? What ties do you have with the Catholic Church? So their reasons for asking is that once you prove that you're a Catholic, or maybe your children are baptized in the Catholic Church, they will give you preferential treatment. Yeah, so your placement is automatic. But when you're not a Catholic per se, or you don't have anything to prove that you are a Catholic, or any ties with the Catholic Church, what they do is that they put you on the waiting list. So the waiting list is there. They actually take non-Catholics, but they will consider those that are Catholics first. Like, that's their rule here. Okay, so coming to Canada, we made sure that my husband and I got married in the Catholic Church. So we came with our marriage certificate, and when we got to the St. John's reception, we were asked questions and all that. We submitted our marriage certificate, so they photocopied all our documents. When you're going, you go with your COPR, that's your what's the invitation, that's in COPR means certificate of permanent residency. Yeah, COPR, that's what we have now, because we don't have any other ID, like any other Canadian ID. So you show your COPR, you show either your baptism card. So now when it comes to baptism card, it can be either of the parents or the children. So it can either be my baptism card or my husband's, or our marriage certificate, or any of, if the children are baptized, then their own baptism card. So we submitted that. Then they asked us for their last term school results, so they just wanted the previous term, so we submitted that too. Then our passports, that's our international passport, and we still have our Nigerian passport, so they photocopied that too. That's like the major identity card that we've been using since. So we photocopied that, and they photocopied it themselves, and they collected it. Then after that, so now you can either call them from the house and book an appointment, or you just walk in. So we walked in, we didn't call or anything, we just walked in. And so because we didn't have prior appointment, they just collected all those documents, and thank God we went with all their documents. If not, they were asking us to email them the document, but since we had them there, we just submitted it. So they booked us for the next day, 8:15 a.m. so we're supposed to go there. So first thing first, we went with all our documents, and then they booked us, and then we now went there. So when we went there, we met other parents, other families, and all that. They all had time slots. So we went and met the lady, very nice lady. She walked us through the whole process of the school and all that, telling us that our children will be placed in schools closest to where we live. And if the school is more than 2 kilometers away, then the child has to use a school bus. But if your house and the school is like 2.2 kilometers max, you have to be bringing the child every morning to school. Either you walk the child or you drive the child to school or something. So on checking where our children will be, it was like more than 2.2 kilometers. So we're asked to pay for the school bus. Yeah. So the lady also told us that there's going to be school fees, and there's going to be some fees here and there. So we now had to, after assigning the school to us, collecting all the children's documents, she spoke to us, telling us that they're going to step them down and all that. We didn't have a problem with all that, because we already knew that before coming and all that. So she assigned the school to us. We called the school secretary, and then we got some of the information that we had questions about, like how much is the school fees, how much is bus pass, how much is and what the children were going to be getting. So for the buses, yeah, it's 450 card per child. If you have one child, it's 450 card Canadian dollars. If you have 2 children, you pay 450 in 2 places. If you have more than 2 children, you only pay the fees for the bus pass for 2 children. So since I have 3 children that are ready for school, I'm paying just 900. So I'm paying 900 card for bus for the year, not per term, for the year. Then when it came to the fees, I think the fees were not fees like really fees. They were stuffs that we need to buy. So it came out at, I think, at 150 card per child for the year. Yes, something like that. So they sent us a list of all the things that they'll be needing and all that. So My husband just took note of them. And then the what else? We now asked the secretary, like, how do we get all these things? So she sent us a site where we could buy all the things. So the reason why we wanted to buy from the site is that as much as possible, I know they don't wear uniforms, but it's good that we buy stuffs from the same site so that at least you don't go entirely off track. So most of the items were really very affordable, like $1, $2, like that. They've really subsidized them, both their books and every other thing that they'll be needing. They were all in the list. Okay, so what else about school? They don't wear school uniforms, so you just have to get your children comfy clothes, like clothes that they can wear to school, like good shorts or trousers and tops, and just comfortable clothes that they can wear. Then another thing again is they have two kinds of streams. They have the French immersion and they have the English immersion. The French immersion, they only take children of a particular school age. I think when your child has like gone far, it will be hard to be in the French immersion, because they'll teach them like 80% of the school work in French, you know. So that's French immersion. Then English immersion is English, then teaching French as a subject. So when you're in English, they teach you in English, and then you have French as a subject. When you are in French immersion, you have